right, so for pretty much any circuit you've got anywhere, you're going to have an EMF. So, say I have got some resistors and maybe a capacitor, and then over here more resistors, and then, I don't know, maybe, who knows, whatever, some other circuit element. I'm always going to have some kind of battery-like thing with a positive and a negative terminal, and there's always going to be some voltage across them. This guy is my EMF source for the circuit. So a battery is an example, a generator is an example. If you have a solar cell that can take solar energy and turn it into electrical energy, that would be an EMF. So an EMF source is the source of the electrical energy. And of course, it isn't really creating the energy. It's turning it from one kind of energy into electrical energy. So like a little battery that you might buy at the store is taking chemical energy and doing some chemical reaction that creates the electrical energy. So, but whatever it's doing, it is the thing that is turning some of the energy into electrical energy we can use to run the circuit. And it does that by creating a potential difference. Or a voltage. So really, whenever you see EMF, you should think, oh, it's a voltage, it's a potential difference. And that's certainly what goes on with the battery. So if you've got, just a battery you buy from a package at the store, it'll have a positive terminal over here and a negative terminal over there, which I guess doesn't actually stick out. They just draw a negative there. And across the two terminals, so if you look from here to there and you stick a little voltmeter on there, you're going to get some voltage difference between the two terminals. So that is the terminal voltage is what that is called. And just to give you a little more in terms of vocabulary, this positive terminal up here, that is the cathode on the battery. That is where the current flows out of the battery. Down here, this is the anode. That is where the current flows into the battery. And on the inside of the battery, we've got whatever is providing our EMF. So that we use a little symbol squiggly E like that. I'm going to give myself a little more room so you can see that. So the potential difference across the actual power source is E, squiggly E for EMF, and then there's always some little bit of internal resistance. So R, little r, is the internal resistance, which is just something every battery or generator or EMF source has, and E is the actual voltage difference of the power source, the thing which is running, making the battery actually go. So if you want to know what voltage you'll see across the two terminals, well, that is going to be a sum of what's going on here. So it'll be the voltage across the terminal. It's going to be the voltage across the EMF source itself plus the voltage across this little resistor. And this guy is just E. And this guy, well, from Ohm's law, we know that voltage across a resistor is the current times the resistance. So this one is the current times little r. And of course, we're losing potential as we go here. We gain it as we go over the EMF source, but then we lose it as we go across the resistor. So that's a negative sign. So unfortunately, on the outside of your battery, you're not getting the full benefit of the actual potential difference created by your mechanism, because there's always subtracting off a little bit of potential difference across this internal resistance. And as batteries get older, the resistance actually increases. So this voltage drop is going to be bigger and bigger, and you'll have a smaller and smaller terminal voltage across your battery. And that is why, eventually you'll see the batteries poop out and they just can't provide enough juice to run your circuit. But this is what is going on inside any battery. You got something that creates the potential difference. You've got a little bit of internal resistance inside your battery, which subtracts off a little bit of that juice, and whatever you got left over, that's your terminal voltage.